Hello, people. Welcome, one and all, to Jojo's Learning Club.
Hello guys, I'm back again. So today I will be dealing with linear equations. So before going to linear equations, let's recall what we have learned in algebraic expression and then relate it to equations. So what are algebraic expressions? Algebraic expressions are expressions in which there are integer constants, variables and algebraic operations. So let's write an example for algebraic expression. So let's say 2x minus 1. So this is an algebraic expression, right? Because there is an integer constant 1 and there is an algebraic operation minus and there is also variable x. So this is what an algebraic expression is. So that's what about algebraic expression. And now let's come to what are equations. So in this quantity, for example, I'm equating it to a quantity 5. Then you can say this as an equation. So what is an equation? Equation is nothing but it is simply a statement that states that both these two quantities are equal. So this is what an equation is. And now let's know more about identity. Identity is somewhat similar to equation, but what is the difference between identity and equation is that in an identity it is a relationship that is true for all values of unknown, but in case of equation that is true only for particular values of unknown. For example, just for the time being, I am going to solve this and write this as 2x minus 1. So 2x is equal to 6 and you get the value from here as 3. So this is only true for this value, and this equation is true only for the value x equal to 3 and not for other values. For example, let's give a value 4. 2 into 4 minus 1, you can see 8 minus 1 is equal to 7, and see that the equation is not satisfied. So this is what meant by an equation. An equation is nothing but simply a statement that states that both the left hand side and right hand side of an equation or of an equal sign are equal. And what about an identity? For example, identity we express through triple, like 3 equal signs. For example, 5x is equal to 8x minus 3x. So this is true for all values of unknown. For example, when let's substitute x equal to 1, what would be the value? 5 is equal to 8 minus 3 and it is equal to 5. So it is satisfied, right? So this is true for all values. Let's write another value. X is equal to 7. 5 into 7 is 35, which is equal to 8 into 7 is 56. 56 minus 7, 21, which is what? 35. See, this is what I said. What is the difference between an equation and an identity? So that is what all about it. And now let's consider what are simple linear equations. Simple linear equations we can also say as the equations of first order degree, or you can say it as equations of first order degree. So what do I really mean by first order degree? That is, in this, the unknown quantity is only raised to a power of 1. These equations are known as simple linear equations. For example, in this case, you can see that the power of x is only raised to 1. So this is an example of simple linear equations. And to solve all these problems, so we need to do some arithmetic operations, right? And this is a condition that an arithmetic operation you can apply to an equation only when the equality of the equation is maintained. That is, when you do an arithmetic operation on the left hand side, you have to also do the same on the right hand side. That is what meant by equality of equation should be maintained. For example, let's do some problems and get a better understanding on what is said through this. Okay, so I'm taking the first example. 4x is equal to 20. So this is our first question, right? And what is the unknown over here? The x is our unknown over here. So to find the value of x, what you have to do? You have to divide it by 4. And when you divide an equation on the left hand side by 4, the same you have to do it on the right hand side too. And that is what meant by here that equality of equation should be maintained. So when we do that, 4 by 4, we know that. So and x is equal to 5. So we got the value of unknown. And we should check that whether the value we got is correct or not. For that, what you can do? You can substitute the value which you got in this equation and find 4x is equal to 5 is equal to 20, and hence LHS is equal to RHS. So we know that the value which we got is exactly correct. And now let's do the problem number B. So similar way, 2x by 7 is equal to 6. The first step is that we can remove all these division terms so that our equation would be somewhat easier. For that, first let's multiply both the sides with 7, right? So that is what equality of equation should be maintained, that when you do an arithmetic operation, you have to do it on the left hand side of the equation and also on the right hand side of the equation. So now we can say that 7 and 7 gets cancelled using cancelling. Okay, so now our equation becomes 2x is equal to 42. Similarly, how we found here x, so what you can do, you can divide both sides by 2 and your equation gets cancelled and you can get the value x is equal to 21. It's easy, right? So that's all about how to solve equations. And now let's do another problem. A minus 5 is equal to 8. So what is the thing you have to notice in this equation? A minus 5 is equal to 8. So here there is a minus 5. To compensate that, what you have to do, you can add a plus 5 so that this gets cancelled. So when you add a plus 5 on the left hand side of the equation, you have to do the same on the right hand side of the equation. So now this term gets 0. So A is equal to 13 and you solved your equation. So that's it. And now let's do the problem number D. What's the problem number D? X plus 3 is equal to 7. Similarly, how you solved your problem number C, you can do the same. So what you have to do? In the problem number C, you have to add plus 5. And in this problem, to get away with this 3, what you have to do? You have to subtract. So x plus 3 minus 3, which is equal to 7 minus 3, and it is 4. So x is equal to 4. So it's very easy, right? So this is how you solve linear equations or simple equations. So, and now let's do, see, we already covered A, B, C and D, and now let's do our problem E. So it's getting a bit tougher than the rest of the problems. So 6x plus 1 is equal to 2x plus 9. So you can see that in this equation on both sides you have integer constants and also variables, that is unknown quantities. So 6x plus 2x. So when you get such quantities, the first thing you have to always remember is that to group together the unknown quantities and to group together the constants. So I'm going to group together 6x and 2x in the left hand side and the variables on the, constants on the other side. The very much important thing you have to remember is that when you move an integer or a variable from one side of the equation to the other side of the equation, then the plus sign changes to minus, and when you move a minus to the other side, the minus changes to plus sign. So there is a change of sign when you move from one side of the equation to the other side of the equation. So similarly, when you move, so 6x I'm going to place here itself, but I want my 2x to move to the other side so that I can group together all the variables of x. So I'm going to move 2x to the other side. So what happens here, it is plus sign, and when it comes to the other side, when you move to the other side of the equation, similarly 9 was already here, and when you move that 1 to the other side, what happens? It becomes minus 1. So here 4x is equal to 8, and remember again what you have to do here, you just have to divide it by 4, so your value becomes x equal to 2. But this is only a general format. To do it easily, you can just, when you have a value such that, you can similarly just move that 8 by 4, right? So x is equal to 2. You can just do it like that. But I just wanted to show you all the format, and that's why I wrote in detail. So in a normal expression, when you are very much comfortable of doing all these, you can just directly move to the left. So I will show you the same examples, right? So x is equal to 8 by 4. Why did you write like that? When you cross multiply, you know that this is same as 4x is equal to 8. So when you get an equation like 3x is equal to 21, what do you have to do? X is equal to 21 by 3 and 7. So you can easily find, you don't have to divide each steps as right steps by steps. So this is only for your understanding. So when you have problems and when you're more comfortable with doing with equations, you can just directly do the calculations. So that's all for this section, and on the next section I'll be doing extra work problems on simple equations. So see you over there. Bye bye.